Hey, welcome to apartment 10003. Throwing some gang signs at me.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead, bro.
I don't even know how to do it. 103, 10. I haven't thought about it. I started doing it. I was like, oh, my carpal tunnel acting up. No. Welcome to apartment 103. Come on in. We got some refreshments. Get some cookies. Get some donuts. Got some water. You know what I'm saying? Because, you need to stay hydrated. Don't be like me. Have 2 Red Bulls, a cup of coffee, and about 3 root beers. I know my boy don't hear like root beer, so I was gonna say Dr. Pepper for a second.
I'm like root beer or Red Bulls.
Yeah, so don't be like me. Kick your shoes off. There's a mat placement there at the door. Yeah. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off.
This is episode 33.
Oh, dang.
You said it so many times before.
I know. I'm still getting used to the intro.
Yeah,
all right?
there you go.
Bear with me, all right? I'm a noob.
I am Alfredo.
And I am Hector, all right? So we're going to start off like we always do with the intro. So again, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just all right, anyway, we're going to start off with Let's Get Deep, the Friends Edition. In case you don't know, you can get this at your local card game location. Yeah. This is Icebreaker Level 1. And it says, what is the best fast food restaurant? If you don't say what I think you're going to say, I'm going to slap you.
Best fast food restaurant?
Yeah.
As far as taste or as far as reliability?
I'm going to say reliability.
Reliability, gotta go McDonald's.
Okay, that's what I thought. And that's the reason why I said reliability. But no, let's back it up taste-wise.
Taste-wise?
And then also, what do you consider fast food?
That's what I was, because like taste-wise, I would, like if you consider Five Guys.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was headed.
If Five Guys is fast food, I'm going to have to go with that as the best tasting.
Yeah.
Or Chick-fil-A is good.
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Chick-fil-A. What else? That place we went to this weekend. Mother Cluckers.
Oh, yeah, Mother Cluckers.
That shit was fire, bro.
Hey, yeah, Cluck, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was mad that I didn't have more. Like an hour later, I was like, I could have killed another one. I could have killed another chicken.
Did they have a 3 tender piece?
I don't actually know.
I know because there was the single, the double. I wonder if they had the triple.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I think if Five Guys, it'd definitely be top dog for me.
Yeah.
It's always been a top favorite for me.
I know people put In-N-Out up there as far as fast food restaurants.
If Five Guys is in the category, I don't think In-N-Out's even in the competition. But if we take Five Guys out, right? Because I think if anything, there's like a tier level of fast food to almost restaurant. So like you got fast food is obviously like bare bones right here.
Yeah.
Like you get in, you get out. Like it's true to its name, yada yada. Then you got where you choose to kind of sit down generally. You could do fast food, like you could do drive-through.
Yeah.
But most people might tend to sit down. It's more of got a little spice of elegance to it, you know. So it's like mid-tier, got some clean bathrooms. You ain't got too much drama going on. It's fairly sophisticated. But then you got like Olive Garden, Applebee's, Texas. Now you're going into restaurants where you go in and you plan to sit down.
Have to sit down.
You're not carrying out. Like even Panera is kind of up there on that list because it's not really a drive-through, right? It's you go in and you carry out. And it's nice enough to sit down. Yeah, and all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. There's like tiers to this stuff because Panera is kind of fast food, but it doesn't have a drive-through, so it's not really fast food.
And that's what I was gonna say is
Chipotle.
Is fast food dependent on having a drive-through? If so, that eliminates a lot of restaurants that we just said. That eliminates Five Guys.
You know what? That might be something that we might have to, to dig into. So okay, for the sake of this card, drive-throughs. It has to have a drive-through to be fast food. You can drive by, drive on.
Okay, then that I would say Chick-fil-A probably is up there.
Yeah.
Because I mean I love McDonald's. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's reliable.
reliable.
We do it all the time.
And even when it's bad, I'm not mad at it because it's McDonald's. Like, what'd you expect, dog?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Chick-fil-A is probably like up there.
I'm gonna go with Sonic. I like Sonic, man, and it's nostalgic for me. So even if it is bad, it's got a place in my heart.
Not every Sonic has a drive-through though.
It doesn't, but it always has a drive up.
A drive up, yeah. You don't have to get out of the car.
Yeah, I'm riding that gray line.
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
I don't know. I have issues with Sonic because of the drive up. Like I have to sit here and wait, and they're not quick. Like I feel like a drive through forces you to be quick, but when you're parked there, they don't speed up. And it's not always great. So, like, first off, I had to wait a long time, and it wasn't great. Now I'm pissed.
Okay. No, I understand. But to me...
Let me chill.
But to me, no. Like I said, I think that nostalgia piece really plays a big effect in like, my desire at being there.
I like Wendy's. Wendy's is good.
Yeah.
I'll put Wendy's with Sonic, though. So, like... I put them at the same level as McDonald's, but I don't think they're as reliable as McDonald's, which is why I don't go as often.
Because you did kind of go like you're like I've had McDonald's enough. I'm gonna switch it up today. Let me hit a Wendy's.
Ooh,
let me get a McFrosty.
You been to Cane's?
Yeah,
I like Cane's, boy.
Yeah, Cane's is not bad at all.
Cane's is packed though. Like when I used to be able to take lunch whenever, I used to go like 11:20. Make sure I hit the drive-thru because if I go any later than that, it's like 6 cars backed up. I'm like,
Yeah.
We going somewhere else.
Yeah, generally like with my job now, if I'm chilling and I'm like taking a lunch break, yeah, I'm going in. I'm not hitting drive-thrus. I go in, I sit down. But okay, that's a lie. I will still hit up McDonald's every once in a while, most of the time actually. But I'll go in, grab my food, go sit out in my car, and I watch my little show as I eat, chilling. That way, if they call me, I can just
you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
that's what I like about that.
Most places I don't go if I have to get out of the car. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like there's that taco truck that's close to my job that we got tacos from one time.
Oh yeah.
They are fire, bro. But I have to get out. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not walking. There's this other Mexican joint close to my job that they have like this like breakfast like sandwich that's like chorizo, egg, all sorts of beans, all sorts of stuff, right? It's like $5, bro. Claudia had it. She said it was fire. And I'm like, that sounds so good, but I'm not getting out of the car.
Like, you can go get it.
Yeah.
And then I'll just wait here for it, and I'll pretend it was drive-thru.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh, man. All right.
Wait, have we decided Chick-fil-A?
Yeah. I think, that'd probably be the best one.
Chick-fil-A or Cane's?
Nah, I'm gonna still go with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I'll go with Chick-fil-A just because variety. Cane's cracks me up because it's like, we sell chicken tenders. How many chicken tenders you want? I think they do 3, 4, or 5, and then they're like, "Oh, you want a sandwich? Here you go. It's 2 buns with chicken tenders inside."
What?
So they have one thing, and then they do it well.
Yeah, and they're like, well, you want a chicken wrap? All right, now it's just tenders in a tortilla now.
Like, it's just, how do you want your chicken tenders and how many you want?
Yeah. Just keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I respect it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's do level 2, deep.
Deep.
What is something that makes 0 sense to you? I almost said religion, but actually that makes a lot of sense to me.
Something
that makes 0 sense.
I was gonna say double standards, but I can't necessarily rule that out.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I get why sometimes it's like, well, men can do this. I would think that women can still do it, maybe just not as as good. And then as well. And then vice versa. There's things that women excel at that men can probably do, except aside from having babies. Well, apparently nowadays men can have babies too. So they just, again, they don't do it as well. You know, like I do believe in like specialties for sexes. But I don't believe that because of your one sex you can't do one thing or the other. So yeah. So I don't know. 0 cents, maybe girl math. I think that like explanations of like this is why it makes sense to me, and I'm like,
I don't gotta lie, man. They be cooking with some of them. Some of them, I'm like, nah, you got that. Like the one of like, if I buy something and then return it, that's free money. I'm like, yeah, because that money was gone, right? I spent $30 on something, and then I said, you know what? I actually don't want it. Take it back, and now I got $30. I got $30, bro.
No,
in my hand. Yeah. No, because they were gone. Now I got a brand new $30. Yeah.
You might be a woman.
You
might be a woman if you think that's not extra. You just go back to where you were. It's reverting
but you made
back.
Money.
You didn't make.
Yeah, you did.
Nothing. You spent money to get the same money back. That's not making money.
You're splitting hairs.
That's
You're
not making
thinking about
money.
it too much. Yeah, you did.
No, you didn't.
Day one, you didn't have $30.
Day one, you did have $30 because you spent it.
Okay, day one, I spent it on day one. Day two, I don't have $30. Day three, I returned it. Now I do have $30.
You reverted back to day 0 or day 1.
You can argue it however you want, but I got $30.
But it's not extra. It's not free money.
It is extra because it's gone. It was gone and now it's back.
It's not free money. You just get to re-choose what you put it into.
All right. Here's my
so it's like I'm telling you, girl, man, you can go with it all day. I'm not arguing you on that. But that ain't for me. That don't make no sense. And if it does for you, great. I'm glad you can find happiness in those little bitty things. But that's nah.
That's really what it is. It's just finding joy in the small things.
And men do it too. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. I buy a $300 tool. Guess what? If I use it enough, it pays for itself.
Exactly. Pay for itself in a week.
And I'm like, hey, yo, I need this. Yeah. I need this nail gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how much time I'm saving. You know, now that's time I get to have. I'm not going to, I might hang out with you, but I'm probably not. I'm going to continue to use the nail gun so, I can build up, like, hey, I would have paid somebody this. I would have, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
And now I didn't have to. I got to, justify the purchase.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying us men don't have our own, but it makes more sense to say if I buy it and I use it enough to make the value make sense, we're good.
Mm.
Women may not look at it like that. 100%.
And I probably won't.
Which is why there's man's math and woman's math.
Boy math and girl math.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's childish.
Well, boys don't use tools.
Yes, they do.
Who?
Most boys.
I was a boy, and I ain't used no. Okay, I used the hatchet. I didn't use it correctly, but I almost split my skull. Anyway, okay, I retract my statement.
I think I used more tools as a boy than I do as a man.
I redact my statement. Okay, point proven.
So sometimes I will take out cash from the ATM. I got like $40 on me. That's free money to me, bro.
Okay.
I got cash money on me. This ain't hurting my pocket. I'm looking at my bank account. It's not hurting my pockets.
This is how I would look at that. That's phantom money. It's money you don't see in your account.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't free money. It's just hidden money from you.
I'm spending somebody else's money at this point because I got cash on me.
It's like, hey, look, I'm a little strapped, but I got them $40.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, that
exactly.
still came out of your paycheck. You would have had $40 in your bank account.
Yeah, basically.
But the thing is if you don't see it, you don't spend it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's why if you have an allotment sent to like your savings account, which is smart, you should do it. I don't. I should.
I also don't.
Right. I'm giving out free financial advice here.
Yeah. When I'm financially unstable.
Right. I know what not to do.
Because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I know what to do because I ain't doing it. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I also know what not to do because that is what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I do it well.
Yeah, too well. So anyway, yeah. And I would call that phantom cash.
I guess.
Because it's invisible to you until you're like strapped and you're like, you like retracing everything you've done and like, oh, I got 30 in Cash App I forgot to have.
I mostly don't use it when I'm strapped for cash. I use it whenever I'm gonna go spend money anyway, and I go to my wallet and I'm like, oh, I got cash, bro. So I'm like already calculating what's in the bank account. I'm like, okay, this is coming out, but then I got cash. I'm like, oh, never mind. Scratch that. Get the chalkboard.
You like my budget is different because like my cash budget and my actual budget are two different things. If I pull cash out, that's free. That's play money.
That's play money. There you go.
Yeah,
it's burning a hole in my pocket, bro. It's got to be spent.
But not on any bills. It's not in my budget.
Don't be stupid.
Okay. See, I could try justifying it in that sense.
Yeah.
But it ain't extra. That's all I'll say. It ain't. Nothing's ever extra when it comes to cash for me.
Yeah.
We lucky to have it. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't extra.
Yeah.
I could use some extra.
Something that doesn't make sense to me is our perception of America. Here I go getting political all over again.
I'm pretty sure we talked about not doing this.
No. But no, it's more of a broad statement.
Okay.
It's we don't trust the government. The government's oppressing us. The government forces us to do all these things. The college is hella expensive. The medical bills is hella expensive. Everything is this and that, but yet we still deem America the greatest country in the world. And I think we've just gotten so used to saying that it's the greatest country in the world. We don't actually know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the other countries.
As someone who's traveled, I would say there are definitely some luxuries that we do have in the sense of just day-to-day stuff. But I've never been in those countries long enough to see policies and stuff like that to be in play.
And we haven't been citizens of those countries.
Right, because I wouldn't be able to have the benefits of what they have being where they're from. But there are also benefits that I've seen just from the outside looking in that country has that we don't. Like, let's take Poland, for instance, right? I was there, and they wouldn't open up until like 9, 10 a.m., and then they're closing at like 6, 7 p.m. They're off on Sunday. The country, just about. Like, the only few that aren't are like McDonald's and gas stations. What? Like, they don't live to work, and they don't work to die.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Right, which kind of reminds me of the podcast that you sent me, which is kind of basically going off of kind of what you're saying. So yeah. No, I agree with a lot of your statements there that you're saying. We are being led to believe one thing. Yeah. Because of the opportunity that is there. I will say yes, we do have opportunities for education. We have great medical. We have great yada yada. Problem is we have to pay.
We have to go into debt for these things.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're the worst country in the world.
Right. Just kind of a bold statement to say we the greatest.
Yeah. And how we just blindly all accept it.
Which kind of makes me think, there's always a saying, there's always someone better than you. Until there's not. But then until there is. You know what I'm saying? It's like we could have been the greatest country at one point. And now maybe we're not so much anymore. Because if you think like that, at some point you could be the greatest one, but if you always think that, then you could fall back.
Maybe we just have the greatest military, and that's what we're saying. We're waiting for somebody to try us.
We the greatest. Why? Because we ain't getting taken.
Because what's up? Because what's up? That's why.
Because then now you're going to be following our rules, and you're going to be saying the same thing. America's great.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I do think that America is the big bad bully of the world when it comes to military, along with some of the other ones. There are some other ones that are like America kind of would hesitate to go against. I'm thinking like China, Russia.
Yeah.
Like we will. like America's got the. Hey,
it's like that dude in the room that you don't want to fight, but you're like he got hands, but I'm like, all right.
But so do we.
So,
like,
yeah,
we believe we will win that fight.
mm-hmm.
We don't think we will win without getting hit, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem, you know. So it's like we gotta be hesitant. We gotta be smart about it.
Yep.
So it's just kind of, that's how I look at it. It's like, yeah, we can definitely say we're the greatest because ain't no one gonna test us. And
who's
the
gonna
ones
say we not?
right? And I mean, a lot of people will, but they ain't gonna fight about it.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you got it.
Sure, bro.
You know,
I'll just take my free college and my free healthcare over here and shut the fuck up.
Right? And I'm like, bro, let's get some of that.
Yeah.
Why can't we just, you know, absorb the way that other countries do what's good?
Yeah.
And you know, we can keep what's good here.
We could
right?
be the best country.
Right. It's like we know how they, like, we can learn how they're doing their system.
Yeah.
And implement it for our people.
Mm-hmm.
So that we can produce the best amount of, like, produce the greatest performing citizens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people will come to partake in whatever we got going on here, to receive whatever we got going on here. Yeah. And now they don't have to be like, oh, America, you have to pay like an arm and a leg to get your arm and leg saved.
Yeah.
So they give it to you, and then they're like, yeah, we're going to take that back.
I need that back.
All right, now you can go along. We'll just patch it up. That's the only difference now.
And somebody who knows more than us will probably be able to tell us why they can't do these or why they do it the way they do it.
I did see video. It was like a news episode or show or whatever, right? And a lady was talking about, like, we can do this, that, and the third. And they're like, we have been. Mm-hmm. They're like, if you look at the numbers I can't remember what it was. It was like a specific, like, act or program. And they're like, you say that our method isn't working, but if you look at the numbers, everything is working. Actually, everything is done better than the other programs. The only problem is that we, I think it was more so in the along the lines of, America has unlimited dollars to spend when it comes to war, and things like that. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, when it comes to education, medical, America's like, we ain't got nothing.
I ain't got it on me.
Yeah, yeah. And that's exactly the premise. It's like, why is it that we have unlimited dollars for anything that causes us problems for our country and neglect our own people, but whenever we're trying to establish our people, we can't even spend the extra money to do so?
Yeah.
Raises some questions.
Yeah.
I'm not saying let's get political about it, because I don't even know exactly, like I said, I don't know what it was called. I don't know much about it, but I'm like, the question makes sense.
Right.
I'm not fully invested to know exactly what's going on and like why she's asking these questions, but I do know that we do send quite a bit of money toward war. War makes money. Yeah. War does.
You were on that team.
Yeah. No, I mean, not necessarily like, hey, let's go to war, but I was like, hey, you can send me if you need me.
You were on the roster.
Yeah. Like, hey, they make more money over there, and I can't argue with it. You know, right, my pockets are appreciating it, but there's sacrifice for that. Yeah. You know. So.
Yeah. But
and that's why I'm out now. I don't believe in it. I would love to be there, being able to do all the same things without the tie of, I have to go fight other innocent people that may or may not have the same political agenda as the people sending them to fight, because two other people decided, like, yeah, nah, I don't like what you're saying. Well, I don't like what you're saying. I'm going to send my people to fight your people, and we'll see who wins.
Squabble up.
Yeah. And it's like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't care if y'all we still got oil over here. Like, we still good. What am I doing? Yeah. You know, or whatever.
Hey, yo, Hector, I don't like how that fool looking at me. Go kick his ass.
What?
Why don't you go kick his ass?
Yeah. It's like, I'm 83 years old. Well, then maybe you shouldn't have a problem with the food then.
But all right, let's move on.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Deeper. Oh, sorry.
Deeper. Oh, that's me. Yeah. Okay. So, what is the bravest thing you've ever done?
Ooh, bravest thing I've ever done. I don't know.
Now, what are we talking about, brave? Like, what is?
I'll tell you.
What does it mean to be?
I'll tell you. This is the dumbest answer, but it's like the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
When I used to live in Palestine, Texas, and I was staying there with my dad, with my two brothers, and it was like we were walking down the street, we were walking home, and there was a soccer ball. You know how some houses there was like, the street was like a little bit elevated, and then there was like these big dips. And then
for the
it
water
would go back up. Yeah, I think it was for the drainage system.
Mm-hmm.
There was like some trees coming out of there, and there was a soccer ball in the middle of there. And my older brother is like, "Yo, you should grab that soccer ball," and I'm like, "Nah, like I don't really want to go in there." And he's like, "But like," I was like, "Why don't you get it?" And he's like, "I mean, I would, but like you're the bravest one out of all three of us."
No one played the
And I was like, I am, aren't I? You know what?
You also the dumbest.
I was like, I think I'm going to get that soccer ball. I was like, I hope this is a justifiable age. Because I'm going to be embarrassed. I was 10, 9, around there.
Oh, yeah. You'd have a big head by then.
Yeah, old enough to where my brother's 3 years older than me, so he was like 12, 13. Old enough to play me.
Yeah.
He's like, you the bravest one, dude. You the one that should get it.
Yeah, but like, kind of like how my brothers would be like, hey, you should ask Dad if we can go like, get pizza. Because like every time you ask him, he always says yes. And I'm like, I know, because I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah. He ain't going to tell me no. If I want to get pizza, I'm going to get pizza anyway.
Yeah.
I don't need to ask him for pizza. He's like, but I don't want pizza. I'm like, then you should go ask him. You ain't gonna play me, boy. Yeah. You ain't gonna appeal to my better nature.
But yeah, that's the one that came to my head.
Yeah.
But I was brave, bro. I got that soccer ball.
You said, yeah, I did.
Did we have soccer balls at home already? Yes.
But now we had another one.
Now we had a fifth one.
The bravest thing.
I'll try to think of a better one too.
I have no idea, man.
I mean, fighting for the country.
Well, I didn't do a lot of fighting for it. I was prepared to fight for the country, right?
That's true.
I got deployed, but I didn't have to.
But you knew that was a possibility.
You
stepped up enough to say, if shit goes left, we ready. I'll be one of those guys.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. And this could be for any of my other military people out there. It's just, unless you
saw shit.
Not necessarily. So
let me stop talking. I don't know.
No. It's okay. Like, I mean, because this is an outsider's perspective. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what you would assume.
This is definitely the perfect example of perspective being different, because I am not ex-military. You are. And we just kind of see how we view that position.
Yeah, like, for you, you're like, hey, just the fact that you said, yeah I'll do it.
I didn't do it.
That boy said, he brave.
Yeah.
He also stupid, but he brave. He ain't chasing no soccer ball like me. I got something out of it. All he got was depression and debt.
Sleep apnea.
Yeah, so, anyway, no, so for all my other guys that are in military, females, whoever you are, you know, anybody who's been in, can attest to this feeling. I mean, it might not be the same for everybody, but I would say that, one, I don't feel like I've served, or I didn't feel like I served until I got deployed or sent out, essentially. Because it's like, now I was there in case. I'm on the bench. I'm not out there on the field playing, but they sent me to the game, you know? So it's like, now I can say, like, hey, I did my part. I trained. I did it in the States. I did it outside the States where it was needed. Now, when it comes to being brave about it, it's like, I never had to get put in the position to be like, do I fight, flight, or freeze, or fawn? You know, why am I fawning, first of all? But anyway,
you kissed them in the mouth.
Come here, you enemy terrorist. You know, no. If you say so. Anyway, yeah, no. So like, I never got put in that position, so it's kind of like, you never know until you are in that position. Like, you can say all day, oh, nah, yeah, I would have, I'd have guns blazing straight out of there in my drawers at 2 a.m. if I had to, no body armor. Who knows? Who knows what your idea of, just going out there and, blazing glory there. But since I wasn't put in that position, I can't say that I was that type. I was that guy. So, so I can't necessarily say that, I was brave in that sense because I don't know. I love to think of the idea that I would. And I hope that I would.
Yeah.
But until I get put in a position to be like that, I'm trained to be that way. I'm trained to do it. Or I was.
Yeah.
But training is one thing, and the reality of it is totally different. So
that's fair.
I can't.
We saw that
I
on
just
Attack
don't
on Titan.
Yes. Yeah. So fire. So yeah, I that's why I wouldn't say it was necessarily the bravest thing I've done. I think for me the bravest thing I've ever done. Man, was probably standing in front of what I didn't know was a loaded or unloaded gun and not moving. It's also stupid. I feel like being brave sometimes entails that you're being stupid a little bit because like you could get messed up.
There's a line between bravery and stupid.
Right. Like I don't know if you're dumb or if you're brave, or whatever, because, like, why would you do that? Well, it takes courage to do these things. Yeah. But, there's a risk about it, But anyway, I had a drunk roommate, and I can't remember how or where this conversation kind of got to for him to pull a gun out. Mm-hmm. But he was saying along the line, he's like, you think I give... Oh, I think we were talking about being friends or not.
Oh, damn.
And he was like, you think I give a fuck that you have a kid? You think we're friends, bro? We're not friends. We're just co-workers. We just have to work together. And he pulls the gun out and he, like, points it at me. Pulls it out of the drawer. Has it pointed at me. And I'm just like... I'm like, I don't know. Do I move?
Yeah.
Case he's gonna try and shoot me, or do I just show him my balls right now and be like, I ain't scared, bro. You shoot me though, you better hope it puts me down. Was it brave? Was it stupid? Was it both? I don't know, but he clicked it, pulled the trigger,
and it wasn't loaded.
Wasn't loaded. Boy, my heart started kicking back into overdrive. And what I really wanted to do was just go in there and just fucking start wailing on him.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I ended up doing it later. I did clock his ass later. Knocking him out and stuff like that was pretty funny. Yeah. But
that's crazy. Was he drunk?
Yeah.
You said he was drunk?
Yeah. I would think we were friends at the time. We've grown apart since then. Yeah. We don't talk. I have him as a friend on I think Facebook and or maybe Snapchat, but we don't really.
That's wild. Yeah.
Cool kid though. Cool kid, man. A lot of we did have some problems with him though.
Yeah. I don't like when people get violent when they're drunk. Like I'm like, I don't ever want to drink with you again. Yeah. Because I'm not doing this. We're not figuring this out. You're gonna get knocked out, not by me, but by somebody.
It may be me.
It could be me, but I don't want it to be me.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of that, this one time we were at a party at somebody's quinceañera in Mexico, and this could be brave. This could also it looked brave. I wasn't being that brave. Mm-hmm. I was walking with my cousins. It was me and my 3 cousins. They're all girls. And
you brave in their eyes, right? This is where yeah.
I
was the hero.
We were walking by. We were gonna go to this one taco place that that we kind of went regularly, and they were like homies already, like because we had seen them so much. And there's these guys on a bike. One guy's riding a bike, one guy's on the pegs, and they're trying to holler at my cousins. And so I'm like, yo, chill out. Like, I'm just like, I'm nice about it. I'm like, yo, chill. And they're like, what's up? What's up with you?
The off rip.
And I'm like, man, just let it go. And they're like, nah, what's up? What's up? And they're still riding the bike. They're not turning around or anything. But one of my cousins like, well, why don't y'all get off the motherfucking bike then? And I'm like, chill.
Yo, you chill.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, they get off the bike. I'm like, all right, I guess we're doing this. And one of the taco guys is like, yo, why don't you come help him out? And so then one of the guys, like the tallest guy in the group, comes out to like back me up. And they're like, man, whatever, dog. And they get back on the bike, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, my God.
Dude.
I wasn't even hungry after that, bro. I don't want no tacos.
I almost shit myself.
That was ripped my tripas out. I don't want no tripa tacos.
I don't want to see my insides inside of a corn flour tortilla.
And so, like, it wasn't, like, in the moment, I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, shut the fuck up to my cousin, right? But, like, I was like, fuck it. Like, we're gonna ride. But, like, afterwards, I'm like, they could have had knives. They could have had, like, anything. I didn't know.
Since you said that made me think of another event.
Oh, my God.
So I was at these hotels called or like a resort. It's called the Great Wolf Lodge. You might know them, right?
Yeah.
And so I generally got invited to these for this one family because I had dated their daughter, and before that, I was actually really cool friends with her cousin, the girl that I dated's cousin. Mm-hmm. And that's how I ended up meeting the girl. I ended up dating the girl, whatever. But I was still cool with the family. So later on, they kept kind of inviting me. And I would go for free, pretty much. My dad had to cough up some money for the wristbands to do the all the extra stuff. Yeah. But, like, yeah. So, well, one time, there was this one of their other cousins. I don't want to say any names, but... yeah, so she was the oldest, right? And she was also kind of like the baddest one of them all. So, I was like, hey, okay, I might just run through the family. Yeah. I don't know, Anyway, so it wasn't really my thought process, but like in the back of my mind, I was all like, yeah, she kind of bad. She kind of bad, So me, her, two of her sisters, we're all walking down the hallways. And then there's like a group of guys. Like older than us guys, and they're kind of following us as we're walking through, and like we could tell because like we went through and then we came back around and they were still right behind us. Like, bro, what are you doing on this floor if this isn't where your room is at? Because we passed our room, and then so we went downstairs. Or actually, before we went downstairs, we went into the room, came back out. I had grabbed a knife and I had slipped it into my shorts, like off to the side. And I was like, I guess I'm ready. Yeah. I will stab somebody, bro. Like I was wilding. I was like,
how old were you at this time? Like 15, 16?
It was 10th or 11th grade. Like, so yeah, 16, 17. Maybe 16. I think it was 16. Because it was in the summertime before 11th grade, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So I'm walking around with like this blade in my shorts.
Well, what kind of knife was this?
It's like a kitchen knife, just a regular, just a motherfucking kitchen knife.
I thought it was like a pocket knife.
Nah, this is a long ass fucking blade, dog.
That boy was about to start cutting chicken.
I was like, Michael Myers said, "What?" You know what I'm saying? Don't know. But anyways, yeah. So
Miguel Myers.
Dang, you used my middle name, bro. Like, I had to for alliteration.
It was for the joke, bro.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
We gotta commit to the bit.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I don't care. So yeah,
Nobody would have known it's your middle name, by the way. You could have just let it go.
Nah, I stand on principle, bro.
That's fair.
Oh, you say my name? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, no. Anyways, they ended up following us around a little bit longer, but they ended up just kind of saying, they didn't say anything. The baddie, looked back and was like, "What is your guys' problem?" and stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
same scenario.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yo, what is your problem?" Because she had asked me, she's like, "Can you just walk around and pretend to be like my boyfriend and stuff like that? Because these guys will keep following us."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." And then that's when I had grabbed the knife whenever I had left the room, and then we walked around and they were like, kind of still following us, and then she's like, "Whatever, yada yada," and they said something, whatever. And honestly, I don't even know how it de-escalated or whatever, but I didn't end up having to pull the knife out or anything. But I was like, man, there was like 3 of them. It was like one of me.
Yeah.
These are the girls I'm not relying on, you know. So I was like, ah. And then later that night, I had to pee, and so I pissed off the balcony, and the one girl was trying to see my dick.
Oh.
Yeah, little baddie. I was like, what are you doing? Get out of here.
She's trying to see your unit.
Yeah, I'm a motherfucking unit myself.
When I was in middle school, I was dating this girl that lived in my neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a problem going on in the neighborhood, like between 2 girls. I think it started with the girl that I was dating. And
some beef?
Yeah, and it started with the girl that I was dating plus one of the girls in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
But it like escalated to like their older cousins that were there.
Everybody was like,
So
I'm going to get my songs on.
People were trying to throw hands. And so then I was on the side of my
girlfriend at the
time. But I knew the other girl too, so I was like, I'm neutral. I don't
want to
smoke.
Switzerland.
Yeah, I was Switzerland for sure. But like I was on this side of the earth.
Yeah,
I just happens. I live on this side, bro. It's not my problem. But I hear them go, "Yo, no, I got this gun. It don't have a clip, but like they don't know that." And I'm like, this is a bad idea. I'm just like, I'm not involved.
No.
It's a bad idea, but
I'll let it be.
I don't even know your cousin like that. They're all girls, by the way. And
so you know they can't shoot.
Yeah,
I'm just playing.
Whoa,
I'm just playing.
I just agreed to that.
Caught him slipping, y'all. Cancel him. Mine was just a instigation. You know what I'm saying?
You set me up.
Yeah.
You want to see?
Yeah.
No.
Played yourself.
No, I thought you were gonna say so. You know they was gonna throw hands or something, or like they was gonna.
No. Don't just fuck.
It
You
was
going
gonna be loud. Just digging deeper.
Yeah, just let it go.
So they were all girls, and just so you get a picture of what the scene looked like.
Okay, yeah.
They were like, the girl's older cousin says, "Yeah, what's up?" She pulls out the gun, starts waving it, and the other girls, instead of getting scared, she goes, "Oh yeah, I got something for that ass." She goes inside the house, and all the girls that were on this side, they all just ran. And I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna just go home."
Oh, she wasn't playing.
She was not playing, bro.
But they said, "Oh, you about that?" Bet. I was hoping.
Yeah, she said. I
thought
popped
the trunk on you.
I thought we were throwing hands, but okay, we shooting. You should have said
I've
that.
been practicing.
You should have said that. Hold up.
I failed my martial arts class,
bro. I was like, okay.
Until you ran too.
I didn't run. I was like the last one there. Well, I didn't run because I was
like, what happened?
Like I said,
is it over?
I was off to the side. I wasn't with the gang of people.
I was a special guest referee.
Yeah, I was in the crowd. So when they ran, I just shook my head and was like, I'm gonna go home. I didn't even call her after that.
I was just here for the fight, man.
I wanted to see hands thrown. Yeah, man.
Oh man, that's wild.
Yeah, I lived in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Good times. Bro, before we start, I gotta tell you this story. I freaking this sounds like the beginning of an ad. We went to Whole Foods today, right? And there's this like Whole Foods brand like soda that I get, and it's not as strong as like regular soda, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Is that why you like it?
Yeah,
Feels
like
less,
it makes me
heavier.
I feel less guilty about it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't taste as good.
Clearly.
But for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And today they didn't have any.
Oh.
So I was like, oh man, and there's this one that's like, it's just called lime. So
this is like a Sprite serum.
So I was like, this is Coke, that's Sprite, naturally. So I grabbed it. It was not. It was like It was like sparkling water with a hint of lime. And I was like, this tastes like TV static, bro. Get this.
It was carbonated then, yeah, for sure.
I was like, get this out of here, bro. I hate this. So Claudia drank it. Because she loves mineral water and all that.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to do a quiz. Yeah, do that quiz. That's our little theme song. Oh, yeah, do that quiz. There you go. It's called 15 Minutes of Shame Trivia Quiz.
Yeah.
The description says, this morning I had my 15 minutes of fame. Nothing went my way. Can you answer these questions about my horrible day? Note, this story is fictitious.
It's fictitious.
Right. So delicious. They want a taste of what I got.
I don't know what this is.
All right, anyway. You ruined it.
Yeah, I generally do.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Question number uno. It all started...
How many questions is it total?
10.
Okay.
I thought that's what you were writing earlier.
No, I was just writing my name over and over again in cursive because I haven't done it in forever, and it looks terrible.
Let me see.
No.
Let me see.
No.
I'm going to see it when you leave.
Okay.
I hope the mic can pick up that you're doing that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cut it.
Yeah, just a bunch of scribbling. You can see nothing.
All right. Yeah, 10 questions.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
I think so.
Yeah, you've been writing 10 a lot.
Yeah.
All right, I'll read the first question.
I thought that was what you were doing.
It all started when my alarm clock went off.
Yep.
I tried to turn it off, but I was closer to the edge of the bed than I thought. On my way down to the floor, I hit my sphenoid bone on the table beside my bed. It hurts pretty badly. What contains part of the sphenoid bone? You think I'm saying that right? Sphenoid? Sphenoid? Help me out. Sphenoid?
No, yeah. Sphenoid?
Sphenoid.
Sphenoid. Yeah, sphenoid.
Like a sphere?
Sphenoid, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what contains part of the sphenoid bone? Is it chin, temple, nose, or forehead? Okay. Yay.
This one's crazy. I have no idea.
Me neither, bro.
And I did good in anatomy at one point in time. I ain't never seen that bone.
All right, go ahead, read number 2.
I got up and decided to head downstairs for breakfast. I rushed down, but I slipped on the second stair and went tumbling down them like an acrobat. I only fell down halfway, though, because there was a platform in the middle of the stairs. Almost like another floor, though. It was only a few feet in size. What is this platform often known as? Midway, rest zone, stair break, landing.
Okay. Interesting. Let's get our audio book on. I brushed Pat.
You fucked up.
I could commit.
No, go ahead, do it again.
I brushed myself off and decided to eat a bagel. I wanted to toast it, so I stuck it in and set it.
Hold up. Okay.
So I stuck it in and set it for 2 minutes. Well, it came out black, so I threw it away. That was my last bagel, too. Some toasters have a bagel setting. What does this setting do?
Read it.
Is it toast it for a perfect amount of time, 1 minute and 22 seconds? Does it automatically spritzes butter on the bagel? Ain't no way that's what it does. I'm going to move on. Expands the slots to fit a bagel inside? Or D, toasts one side of the bagel and warms the other?
I don't know, man. I don't really do a whole lot of bagels, man.
Right, me neither.
4. Loren. No, I'm just kidding. That's how my audiobook be doing it. Like, chapter 4. Darian. And it says, starts off with their perspective or whatever. I scrapped the bagel idea and went for cereal instead. As I tasted my cereal, the milk tasted a bit odd. It turns out that I had bought the wrong kind of milk at the supermarket. Regular milk comes from cows, but there are some milks you can buy that come from completely different sources. Which of these is not a type of milk you could put on cereal to replace regular milk if you're lactose intolerant? Oh, soy milk, buttermilk, almond milk, rice milk. Also, comment on how our audiobook voices would be.
I know mine's gonna be trash.
Mine is too, bro.
Nah, I think yours is pretty good, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
We got that. We got that character to it, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Shit. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with. I'm stuck between 2, for sure.
Yeah, I think I know the 2.
I don't know which one it is. I'm picking one. I might be wrong, but I'm picking this one.
Type of milk you could not put on cereal to replace regular milk if you're lactose intolerant.
It's hot.
Oh, man.
They want a taste of what I got. Fergalicious. Hold up. Check it out. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. 5. I decided to skip breakfast altogether, so I went back upstairs to brush my teeth. But I realized that it was not toothpaste I had used. It tasted horrible. Which of these does not come in a damn it.
You focused on the voice.
I was focused on the voice. Which of these does not come in a tube similar to that of toothpaste? Cough syrup, Neosporin, tomato paste, or paint? What? Okay.
Huh?
Okay. I'm with you on the starting to write right away.
Yeah. But now I'm kind of confused with this other one.
But yeah.
I don't know.
All right, hit him with that voice, boy.
Disgusted by what I just attempted to use for toothpaste, I decided to use some mouthwash to gargle out that horrible taste. But, unfortunately, I grabbed window cleaner instead. It tasted worse than the non-toothpaste. Which of these is a brand of window cleaner? Yeah. If you can't even answer this from without having to hear the answers, you might have a problem.
Give them the answers.
Windy, or Windsy, Windar, and Winday. And then, if you don't think it's this last one, I'm sorry for you, but the Windex. I might have just gave all the answer there.
Number 7. I thought it was Windar until you said something.
Oh.
Number 7.
Going back.
I rinsed out my mouth of the cleaner, but I still had a funny aftertaste all over my tongue. I decided to go back downstairs, much more carefully this time, to get a drink of something tasty. I reached into the fridge and grabbed some apple cider. I poured a small glass and drank, but spat it out immediately. It was apple cider vinegar. What's this doing in the fridge? I thought to myself. Apple cider vinegar is known to help with what ailment? Stomach ache, earache, headache, or a toothache? Good question.
I want to say this one, but I'm not really sure. I'm stuck between two.
I said the word ache so much it just feels weird.
Ache.
Ready?
Yeah. I thought it'd be best to stop putting things in my mouth and traveled back upstairs to get dressed. On my way up, I stomped my hallux quite hard. Which toe is the hallux?
I would say it's pronounced hallux, but I don't know. So we can go with hallux.
Hallux?
Hallux.
Halux.
Hallux.
Let us know in the comments below.
Spell it out phonetically for us so we can read it.
Oh, H, hotel, A, alpha, L, Lima, U, uniform, X, X-ray.
Is that what they use?
That's phonetic, yeah.
Is that phonetic?
Yeah, I think it is.
I thought phonetic meant like, you know, in the dictionary where they have the way it's pronounced.
Oh, I don't. I think the phonetic alphabet is like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie.
Oh.
Delta, Echo, Foxtrot.
Yeah, no, I get what you're
Golf,
saying. Yeah.
Hotel. India. Is it India? I don't know. I tried to remember all of them. Sorry. Okay.
So is it your middle toe, big toe, pinky toe, or second toe from the left?
Oh.
Okay.
I think this one's wrong, but
I feel like I'm guessing on most of these. When I got to my closet, I realized I only had one pair of pants that were clean and only one polo shirt I'd never worn before. I put on the jeans and they were huge, so I grabbed the belt in the hope that they at least stayed on. They looked funny, but they fit. Then I grabbed the shirt. When I put it on, I realized it was actually a woman's shirt, but I hoped nobody would notice. How can you tell whether a polo shirt is a men's shirt or a woman's shirt? A, there will be shoulder pads in the woman's shirt. B, the direction of the buttons are different. C, there are never any pockets on a women's shirt. Or D, the bottom of the shirt is frilly.
I think this one's kind of easy.
I feel like I might have heard it before, but I'm not sure.
Okay. 10.
Get him.
Hector. I realized I had not yet made my bed, so I decided to do so. A spider was lurking in the sheets, though, and it bit my hand. Ooh. I didn't know what kind it was, but I didn't care. I rushed to the emergency room where they told me the spider wasn't poisonous. While on the subject of spiders, tell me, about how strong is spider silk? As strong as steel? As strong as glass? As strong as bamboo? Or as strong as diamond?
I have no idea. You might have got me this week, bro. I don't think I can. I don't think I hung in there.
I'm just guessing on this last one for sure.
Submit the answers. All right.
Damn.
It all started when... Okay. We'll just read the last sentence. What contains part of the sphenoid bone? The correct answer was temple. What'd you guess?
Forehead.
I went with chin.
Yeah. I thought that could have been one. But I was like... Doom. I
was like, is there bones in the forehead? I was like, is it just...
They're plates, technically, I think.
Oh, okay.
But they are made of bone.
I was like, I thought it was just one skull. One big one.
Well, it is technically, but like when you're a baby, you have these plates that are like they move around, which is why they also have that soft spot.
Mm.
And then as you get older, they conjoin. They start to form where they're gonna be at, and they start joining.
Gotcha.
And that's why now you don't have the soft spot. If I remember that correctly, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Number 2.
Oh, what is this platform known as? Meaning the one that's
on the stairs.
Yeah.
You heard the question earlier.
The correct answer is landing.
I got this one right.
Same.
Yeah, I've heard that before, and I was like, I assume that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Some toasters have a bagel setting. What does this setting do? Toasts one side of the bagel and warms the other. What'd you go with?
That's the one.
You got it right? Damn. I got the 1 minute and 22 seconds one.
I thought about it for a really long time.
I thought because of the fact that they said that they put it for 2 minutes, that it was the 1 minute and 22 seconds. Because it burnt it in the story.
I didn't even think about it.
All right. Next one. Which of these is not?
Oh, yeah, there. I was looking for the beginning of the sentence.
Yeah.
Which of these is not a type of milk you could put on a cereal to replace regular milk if you are lactose intolerant? The correct answer is buttermilk.
Did you get it?
I did.
It
was either buttermilk
or the other one, rice milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also put buttermilk.
I was like, use buttermilk for pancakes and stuff like that, so it's still technically regular milk.
Yeah.
That's the only reasoning why I chose buttermilk.
I was like, I don't think I would put buttermilk on a cereal.
Yeah.
All right. Which of these does not come in a tube similar to that of toothpaste? The correct answer was cough syrup. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so wild, though. I've never, whenever they said paint or
the paint one, it threw me off for a bit, but then I thought, oh, no, there's some paints that come in a tube.
Yep.
The other one that threw me off, what was the other one?
Tomato paste.
Tomato paste.
I was like, isn't that a can?
That's what I thought.
But I was like, the culinary world is so vast, I don't know, and I don't cook hardly enough to know.
Paste is paste, man. Fuck it.
But it's a tube, though. That's what it's specifically saying, so I was like, I don't know.
All right. Obviously, we got this one. Which of these brands is a window cleaner? It's obviously Windex.
Yeah. Apple cider vinegar is known to help with what ailment?
Stomach
ache.
Is that what you put? I'm hoping you get one of these wrong, man.
And you over there thinking you was guessing wrong. Trying to mislead me.
Well, that one I was guessing, but a little more educated guess. Windex was definitely not guessing. Cough syrup was definitely not guessing. Nah, I think at this point...
I think we're both pretty much guessing on the same ones.
Yeah.
Like this next one. The hallux.
Fuck. Which toe is the hallux? And the correct answer is the big toe. You got it?
Nope.
What'd you go with?
Pinky.
I also went with pinky.
I was thinking you were going to go big toe. I was like, I know, I'm pretty sure.
If I would have gone big
I was
toe.
like, it's big toe. I know it's big toe because I'm gonna pick pinky just to find out if it's right or wrong.
I was thinking pinky would have a cool ass name like Hallux.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Number 9.
When I put it on, I realized it was actually.
How can you tell? They're at the bottom.
Oh. How can you tell whether a polo shirt is a men's shirt or a woman's shirt? The direction of the buttons are different.
Yeah.
Now this is the how many do you got right now?
I got one less than you. So if we both get this wrong, you win. If I get it right,
we tie.
You can't lose.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm chilling.
You can't lose, but do you get the dub?
Win. Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Slowly.
All right. You go ahead. Read the question.
While on the subject of spiders, tell me about how strong is spider silk. The correct answer is strong as steel.
What did you choose?
Bamboo.
Steel, baby! And guess what? We just stole the quiz. Ooh, baby, no. I'm just a puppy dog bouncing in the box like this. Don't stop, gonna bounce with it. Puppy dog bouncing in the box like this. Don't stop, gonna bounce with it. You a good little puppy. You don't get. No, I'm just kidding.
Cannot do what you gotta do, bro.
Hey, we ain't done today.
Am I only up by 1 now?
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
don't like that.
You're still smarter. You just ain't
Yeah.
smarter today.
I just ain't smart.
You know.
Today.
All right.
Goofy as hell.
That was my goofy impersonation you're trying to. Gosh.
Dang, bro. I lost.
Oh, Christopher.
I think it's almost required for me to say that I am still champ in FIFA.
It's okay.
This has to get brought up when I lose, just so I know in
He's
my
still
heart.
winning somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere I'm winning.
Oh, Christopher.
But don't let that taint your victory, bro. You did the damn thing. I applaud you.
Ever so slightly, but
Tiny. It's like the humble from like when you lose the award show.
I got you.
Yeah, there you go. I go.
Oh,
like
the Korean heart.
Yeah, man.
You want to sign us off?
Yeah, yo, thank you guys for tuning into the episode. That was episode 33. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff that you do for YouTube videos if you wanna. No pressure. No pressure. Not from me, not from him. All right, we just here to have a good time. We just here for the vibes.
That's right. And we 33 shows deep. So you know we about the vibes. I really liking all the attention on the anime one though.
Yeah.
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 And we've been some pretty good traction on TikTok too. So thank you guys for all that.
Thank you guys. Now that being said, why don't you tell them what it is, bro?
You don't have to go home.
You don't.
But you gotta get the fuck out of here. Peace.
Peace.